Hey guys, Anthony here. It is Sunday, October 24th, 2021. Here in the van this morning and just organizing some things. I like to sit through and just make sure I have everything I need on board. If I have to change out some water and reorganize some items. I took out the Thetford toilet, which I'm going to do a video on. It's to the left of where the camera is now. So that's usually with me when I take, when I go on trips in the van. So right now I'll do a video on that, a separate video today. I tested out this Proctor Silex microwave yesterday. I posted a video on it. I just put it in the van here. It's on I have a camping table here that's kind of bolted in or lashed in to the van. And I just put a little cord around the microwave, so I could drive with this just the way it is. I may find another spot for it, but right now it's fine where it is. It's not going to go anywhere. And I determined that I can plug this into the Jackery Explorer 1000 battery that I showed you guys yesterday in the video, along with the Proctor Silex water pot that boils water, and the hot burner, the hot plate burner, that each of those are 1,000 watt. The Jackery runs them with no problem. So heating up things, reheating items, cooking something, boiling water. Again, I have many options now in the van in order to do that, as well as along with my, canister propane, isobutane stoves that take these type of canisters here, regular gas burner. That's my go-to. It's always been my go-to stove, and for 25 bucks, those things have worked amazing. Got several of them, in fact. I think I have 3 of them. And I plan on getting a few more. Those things are going to go through the roof, along with the fuel. If you could get it when there is an emergency, you won't find the fuel. So if you have the stove, you're not going to find the fuel. So now is the time to go and get those items. And then again, organize your items. I find these little zip bags, or packing bags you get. You could buy a bunch of them, different sizes. So this is one. They got this one has a little mesh. You can kind of see through it. Plus I write on them. So this has items for my Lifesaver jerry can. Has the shower attachment, extra parts, because things break, extra spouts and spigots and directions. So everything is it's all packed in, waterproof bags. It's zipped together and it rides right here. So, a Lifesaver, I need the shower attachment. Okay, here it is. You're not, digging through stuff. It's not getting banged around, and you have that when you need it. I also save things like this. You buy a box of Schneider pretzels, and you can keep whatever you want, but you can keep a fire kit, a mess kit, whatever, contained in here. I keep some, right now I have some ramen noodles in here, but again, they're out of the, they can't really get penetrated by bugs and stuff, and so they're in here. I need a ramen noodle. Okay, here you go. I got ramen noodles. So, it's one of the things I'm doing today, just going through, make sure my utensils are here, water, stove, ability to cook off grid, my bedding is good, just all my stuff in here. Make sure my solar light is charged. I'll put it out in the sun for a while. This solar D light, again, worth its weight in gold for like 10 bucks. It hangs right here on the coat garment hook and gives me light right on my table. This is probably maybe over 10 years old. Works like a charm. 12 volt fan got here, so I could sit here. I'm sitting on the Dometic refrigerator here, and I'm sitting at the table. I could eat, I could cook something, I could microwave something. So I'm staging everything is what I'm doing, and I'm making sure I have what I need in the van. So here's the refrigerator. So I can access food, ice, beverages, whatever I need. So these are things that you want to have in place ahead of time. If you did have to go from point A to point B, maybe at a moment's notice, maybe there's a gas leak or something, you've got to evacuate the neighborhood. It doesn't always have to be, oh, there's marauders coming or an attack coming. It could be some kind of natural disaster or accident that occurs that would cause you to have to leave for a time. And I'm not saying you're never going to come back home, but I'm pretty confident that I could leave at a moment's notice with my wife and get from point A to point B and know that I have enough on board to sustain us, let's put it that way. So other things go into that mix as well, like self-protection, okay? I just bought a Kershaw Camp 10 knife. I'll do a video on it. I don't know if I showed it yet on YouTube. I have it on my Instagram page. So 10-inch blade. It looks like a little mini machete. Nice grippy handle. I think it's like 15 or 16 overall. Comes with a sheath. Dangles from your belt. It's not real tight in the sheath. This is why I like it, because I can keep it on my off firearm side and keep it dangling here, unclip it, and pull it right out with one hand without having to hold it and pull it out. And have that as some form of protection. It's a little bit bigger than a normal knife, but in a SHTF type thing where there might be animals, four-legged, two-legged animals, you want to be able to maybe fend them off and then also use it for basic stuff as well. So things like that are important to have in place ahead of time. And obviously the firearm issue or the self-defense issue, that's up to you individually. You feel whatever you think you need, go for it. But when things go south, usually you need that type of self-protection. Okay? So, this video just giving you an idea of what I'll back off the camera and just show you a few things here, how I have it set up, the van. I always keep the tank full. So the tank is full, plus I have some spare gas. Not a lot, but some spare gas I could throw in here in U.S. military-grade jerry cans, so they could bang around a little bit. I could lash them down. And I've got the spout with them that goes right into the tank. It's all pre-purchased, get the good stuff, and make sure you have it in stock, because with the supply shortages that are coming, or that are here and coming and getting worse, you're going to find that it's going to take a lot longer to get certain key items, or if they're even possible to get in time before something terrible or something really bad happens. You're going to be wishing that you ordered stuff a while back. I've ordered some, different types of medicines online for some certain things that are going around for the past year and a half that show a promise in helping to keep at bay or to even cure. So I want to get that in-house, and until I do, I won't be happy. But I want to get those items in-house and add them to my preps to know that I have something as a backup to help against anything that's going around. So the purpose of this video, I'll show you a little bit here in the van. Posted a few videos yesterday. I'm going to get ready to do a podcast actually with New York Prepper. If you haven't subscribed to his channel, go to YouTube to New York Prepper and subscribe to his channel. He's got a very good channel. He reached out to me recently. In fact, the other night, I think it was Friday night, we spent several hours, texting each other back and forth, talking about everything from A to Z. It was really good doing that. He's a great guy. Pretty much same mindset as me. And we were just talking about different topics. I was bumping stuff off him. He was bumping stuff off me. And so he reached out and said he wanted to do a podcast. I think that's going to take place pretty soon. So he'll have it on his channel. Hopefully I can put it on my channel. And I think we're just going to talk about prepping and survival. And again, I'm not the type of survivalist like, like a Dave Canterbury or somebody that can go out into the woods, with just a belt on his sheath and, just a knife on his belt and, be able to live for a year. I think there's very few people probably that could do that. Maybe there are some, that have a big hunting and fishing background and self-sufficient and lived in areas that was, practiced. That was, where I come from, we really didn't practice that. It was more urban and city life. So I'm more comfortable in the urban, urban city jungle, if you will, surviving in that type of environment versus going out in the woods and being able to survive. Now, do I think the wood skills are important and being able to make a bow drill and fire from nothing and, procuring game and yeah, that's all important, but I'd much rather have a Bic lighter in a nice canister protected, flick the Bic and light a fire. I want to do it the easy way. I don't want to have to start thinking, do I have a ferro rod as a backup and some other fire starter? Yes, important. But I'm not going to sit there and make a bow drill and start going like this and make a fire. At this point, those skills are very good to have, but at this point you want to get matches and lighters and accelerants and things that you can use to make a fire quickly and efficiently without having to think much. This is the type of point we are right now in the game. First aid, medical, go through in your head. Today's Sunday. Take the day, make a list. What do I have? What am I short on? What do I need? Here's the basics. Food, water, shelter, medical, protection, different types of skills, cooking, things like that. Make a list. I'm always making lists. Take inventories and see what you have on the shelf and then versus what you have to get and go get it. Because we're coming at the time where the way this siege is going and it's progressing, I don't think there's enough or a lot of time left where you're going to be able to just go and find what you need on the shelf. It's going to be a bartering situation, or worse yet, you're going to be just high and dry and have to do without it, because we're getting to the point now where the siege warfare that's been fostered upon us is really advancing quickly. And then countries like China, for instance, are going through its own issues where they're having trouble manufacturing and keeping power going, and they have real estate issues and with defaults and all kind of financial things going on. And we get a lot of our stuff from China, including medicine. So if their manufacturing drops, forget about the shipping containers. Stuff won't even be made to be put on ship containers and to be shipped anywhere, let alone the backup that's already here that can't be unloaded or that's forcibly being slowed. Let's put it that way. Oh, there's no workers, there's no this, there's no drivers, there's an excuse for everything because that's how they're playing the game. And one of the purposes of this video was to get you to link to another video I did that I watched today, that I knew I made last year. It's over a year ago. It's last September. I made it. I'm going to put the link to it in the description box. I want you to watch it and just listen to what I was talking about in that video and let me know what you think. Comment. That way everybody can read the comments and we could all, chime in and learn from each other. But read the comments, watch that video, read the comments. I just sent it out to a group that I belong to that we text each other things back and forth. I said, hey guys, made this last September. Not sure if you guys seen it, but watch it, rewatch it, or watch it this morning or this afternoon, over the weekend, and let me know what you think. Because some of the things that I talked about in that video have either taken place are in the middle of taking place or probably will take place in the near future. So, prophetic, I do a lot of reading and studying of the Word. I do a lot of praying. I do a lot of worshiping in spirit, Holy Spirit, and truth, biblical truth, not made up stuff that man makes. Man-made traditions, man-made this, man-made that, things that are being pushed in our modern Western churches, Western world churches or American churches. Worship in spirit and truth. I was telling that to New York Prepper. Go to the scriptures. What do they say? Do it. Forget about what you learned in Catholicism or your Southern Baptist or whatever. A lot of my videos I talk about this stuff. Denominational things, forget about it. Follow Yeshua, follow him closely, and obey his commands. You'll never be steered wrong by doing that. In fact, you'll be enlightened to maybe see what's being fostered upon us and seek refuge in him first, and then he'll tell you what to do. How you can protect yourself, your family, and others. Spread the word. Again, Wrangler Star did a video recently on it, on his channel, where he stands. I've done, my whole channel is basically that since 2008. But this channel, Bibles and Barbells, started as a Bible study. It's not a prepping channel per se. It's not a political talking channel. It started as a Bible study. It started in the truth of the Word, coupled with staying in shape and working out. And then I rolled in other things because everything that comes at us makes up how we're going to grow and react as men, as women in this world. So it all comes together, mind, body, and spirit. So the channel started as a Bible study. So if you go back on my channel all the way to 2008, 2009, you're going to see things that I'm talking about now that I said back then. There's going to be hard times coming. There's going to be terrible things going on. There's going to be man going from bad to worse, because biblically that's what it says. So nothing should surprise me that's happened. Does it surprise? Of course it does when it really happens, like birth pains, yes. But these are the times that we're set in. Just like people of old, biblical characters of old, lived those times. They lived under Babylonian captivity, under Assyrian captivity, Roman captivity, wars, pestilences, sieges. I was telling somebody today on the phone, read some of the sieges they had when Jerusalem was under siege. What happened? Parents took turns eating each other's children in those sieges. This is mind-boggling to try to understand until it really happens here, and we understand what a famine brings and the meanness and the cruelty and the murder and the death that come about by it. Because that's one of the way enemies can subdue and subject and conquer a people, through famine. You could be the best armed, best trained, most prepper, biggest prepper. As soon as you're starving and your family's starving, you'll do almost anything to get that to stop. And the enemy knows that. Our enemies know that, know this. So know that moving forward, this is war. This is war. Being fostered upon us in this country and around the world. It's war. It's the beast system. And prepare yourselves. Watch the video. Let me know what you think. Prepare. Pray, prep. And alert others. Others you'll have to avoid because they're going to be your enemy. Could be your neighbor next door. Could be a coworker. There are going to be people that are going to be your enemies that you probably wouldn't think would be. because of the way they have us divided now. And the wedges they're placing between not just neighbors, but family members, mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, aunts, uncles, husbands, wives, cousins. Serious stuff, guys. Stay ready. Anthony, signing off.